race progression. Steadily moving towards kilometer 40, where there's one more small incline. Kipruto still doesn't show any expression here. It's really hard to read his facial expressions.
So what can I say? We were able to speak briefly with him yesterday. He seems very organized. Briefly high-fived his cyclist, who
supports him very enthusiastically along the route
exactly. Lars has done this before and obviously took good care of him and got him on his way. But on the other hand, of course, he is an absolute top runner. Of course, he knows what he's doing, but to dominate like this and to know this is my race, I really want to win this, is another level altogether. Yes, strong group around him.
A lot going through your mind when you're in the situation where you suddenly realize, now your strength is slowly fading. The gap opens up. And, yes, it looks like that right now. Yes, it happened. Amos Kipruto the gap has widened, and he's now going alone towards the finish, but he doesn't let up. He's still pushing. You can see it very clearly in his stride. I think it's amazing how it looks, how he lands on the forefoot here. Incredible. So just pay attention to the ground contact time. With some people, it doesn't look like this, even when sprinting.
Yes, and at the same time, this completely calm, yes, upright upper body, hips very...
Slightly leaned forward.
All the way over, just perfect.
This is one of the, let's say, cheering points. As you can see, the place is definitely going wild again here.
Well, the thing with the Benganus is always so-so, right?
Yes. As an athlete, you don't necessarily want to inhale that now, but they at least try to provide a bit of verbal support here.
3.5 kilometers to go. Yes, it's not in the bag yet, but it looks extreme. Well, if that's the leader now, then from now on you can call me the Omen.
I mean, where we were speculating yesterday about who was underneath, and she's my secret favorite.
Well, obviously it's not that secret, but another quick check. No, Will Koski is indeed not on site.
It will of course be exciting to see if they've picked up speed now, or if everyone is slowing down. They were still at the level, or on par with the course record.
Once again, the personal bottle handovers now, very easy. Let's go. Actually 1:09 up there, the time at 40 kilometers for Amos Kipruto, 2:03:34. So in principle, this finish time was never out of sight, but very consistent. And this pushing at the end, those are just a few seconds that he gains compared to the others, but they quickly make the difference.
Yes. His pursuer, Philemon Kiplimo, hasn't completely fallen behind yet. Also here, 12 seconds behind. Depending on how he manages to hold it together, yeah, a time under 2 hours 4 is potentially still possible. Eric Sang, who was the first of the 3 to lose contact, is also still on track for just over 2:04. You really have to say, this is an absolute top trio.
Yes. Remarkable how quickly the gaps increase. Just a few minutes ago, we saw Eric next to Amos Kipruto. Now already a 30-second gap. It happens really rapidly that he can't keep contact there anymore, can't maintain the pace anymore. And that naturally increases the chances for the groups behind. Parentheses for Richard Ringer and close parentheses.
Yes. By the way, This is the aforementioned German football. I think you can really get a good sense of it from this camera angle.
To the meal, 1, 2, 3. Yes, and the man who shouted there, I've heard him before. Muddy Turner, who usually pushes the triathlon forward here.
He will be at a world run in Munich next week.
Yes, exactly. He was at the triathlon camp last week. Got himself in shape a bit. Finally, he ran up to the lighthouse every 2 days. Now it's your turn. 12 kilometers with the steep incline at the end. So I'm very curious now. It's clear at the front that he's definitely and well-deservedly heading towards the finish and victory. But behind that, the gaps are such that Richard Ringer still has really great chances to get into the top 8, maybe even the top 6. That will surely depend on what happens back there, right? So are you still able to push up? Or do you just have to let go?
Right.
Because the strength level no longer matches.
But he does it great. Super controlled. I would be interested to know what that kilometer split was just now. Probably also still under 3 minutes up this climb. That is probably, I suppose, the most noticeable climb, I would say, on the entire course. I've often talked with the organizer and race director, Frank Thalheiser, about what it would be like if this one climbed towards the end. Did not
Yes, but
exist.
somehow you have to get to the finish. Hello?
Right.
There's Richard fighting now too.
Yes. You can see that he is definitely also struggling now. Quite normal, of course, in this phase of the race towards the end. That's always tough in a marathon.
Certainly left the last companions behind. But of course, he wants to move further ahead now.
He's already among the top 10, passing kilometer 40 in 9th place. Estimated finish time is likely just over 2 hours, 7 minutes now. But that would still be a personal best time on this course for him.
Yes, let's see. At the last checkpoint, the next runner was 30 seconds ahead of him. That could certainly still be possible. And it was only 3 minutes per kilometer now, but that was exactly this incline.
It's nice that we can see that. Exactly
5-6 seconds, right?
Yes, definitely. Yes, and now he will turn right. He is turning right. The vehicles are being pulled out. And he should now slowly be able to recognize the finish arch and the red carpet. Amos Kipruto on the way to an absolutely deserved victory and a gigantic course record. I am very curious about what will be possible, but it looks very much like it will be the first 2:03 in Hamburg's history.
And now, of course, the red carpet, the unique feature of the Hamburg Marathon. And there he comes, bouncing as if it were nothing, with a grace that is striking. Cheered to the finish line by thousands of spectators here along the route. Amos Kipruto, the favorite, raises his finger already with a fantastic performance.
Incredible.
Superb race.
Incredibly strong.
And is amazing how he pulled that off. He's enjoying it now. And that is his goal, 2 hours, 0 minutes and 43 seconds, if I saw that correctly.
Amazing.
There he is. Top time, delivered a great race. But the next one is also already at the finish, yes, Kipruto.
Would have been a course record as well.
Yes. Yes, and of course this has exhilarated him so much that he is already on his way back with his national flag. Eric Sagan is also coming again with the final sprint. It will be a huge personal best for the youngest on the podium, for Eric Sagan.
And here's small
There he still has it, the start
He has
number.
put the bib number in his pocket. Probably because he's afraid of being disqualified. It was probably torn off in the heat of the moment. Yes, we don't have the official finish time yet. It was around 2 hours, 3 minutes.
46 was
seconds,
the
do you
official
think?
one.
46. By the way, that's second place on the world's yearly best list.
He also really pushed hard for me on a great path, challenging the South Africans. Also, Philemon Kiplimo, 2 hours, 0 minutes, 41 seconds. Eric Sagan, 2 hours, 0 minutes, 30 seconds. So that will also be, that will not only be at the very top, but also behind, again, a very strong result.
Gigantic, yes.
For Hamburg.
Incredible. And what did we say this morning? These will be conditions. Conditions for fast times. Also gigantic personal bests from runners from South Africa.
Auch gigantische
Yes.
Bestzeit.